Oh boy, Mac, as we enter October of 2023, we also enter our 8th year of podcasting.
Wow, how about that? Yeah, September of 2015, right, is when we started this.
October of 2015, I believe.
I thought it was the end of September. Either way, we're right on it.
Yeah,
Either way, it
we're
doesn't
right
really
around it.
fucking matter. Yeah, you might be right. It
Yeah.
might be October of 2015. Wow, so that's almost a quarter of our lives we've been doing this.
I'd rather not think of it that way.
That is sad. That's sad for us right there.
But we have made it so far.
In the 8 years, I went from single, having a job to being single and having a job. In the 8 years, you went from single to having a kid, getting married. You did a lot of things. I didn't do much of anything.
Not to pat myself on the back, but also because of this podcast, it's one of the reasons why I'm now on air on the radio.
Well, you know what? I get about 1% of the credit for that, so credit to me.
I'll give you all the credit for that. Also, what I love, in the 8 years, one of the things that I truly appreciate is that whenever there is news involving Alf, Ninja Turtles, Shrek, I'm sent it. I'm always sent it by people.
Do you think... Now, let's not necessarily critique ourselves going back to 2015 and how terrible of a podcast we were those first few months, first 2 years even. Do you think this podcast has turned you into even more goo? And do you think I have become even more Mac from the beginning? Have we gone down further those like we had some minor character traits that made us who we were. And I think this podcast has both made us better and worse in those regards.
I feel like once the record button is on, I'm a completely different person. Whereas you, on the camera and off, you're the exact same.
I'm pretty much the same here as I am in real life. You do turn it up a little bit as goo as opposed to Brian, but I mean that's the goo life. Tuesdays are Tuesdays.
Wildly disappointed every time they meet me in real life, and I don't have any of the same.
How
energy.
Underwhelmed they are with you.
I'm quiet. I keep to myself.
Yeah, you're just hey.
How's it going?
Yeah, that's me.
One goo, three goo. Jaws 3 goo. King of Queens goo. Meryl Streep goo. Entertainment.
I'm goo.
And I'm Mac.
And like when the moon's in the sky, like a big pizza pie, that's a maki.
Oh, that was terrible.
I want to take that one back. Let's start over again.
Yeah, try again with that one.
When the Mac's in the sky, like a big pizza pie, that's a gure.
That's better?
It's not good, though. That's like 5% better.
Today we are doing an episode 8 years in the making. When we started this podcast in
34 years in the making over here, my man.
Goose said to himself, you know what I would really want to do? This is 8% of the reason why I'm starting this podcast. One of the 8.5%, sorry. One of the 12 reasons why I'm starting this podcast. I want to rank Italian stuff and for the masses.
That's what I want. I want everyone, because first off, in honor of me going back to Rome, in honor of me going back to the motherland, what better way to do so than to just rank Italian stuff? Tier Italian stuff.
True. Good point. We're tiering stuff. Tiering. For in honor of October and Goo. Not to pull what's the word I'm looking for?
The curtain back.
That is exactly the phrase. Look at that. After 8 years, we can finish each other's sandwiches. It's nice. Yeah. 2 for 2.
Podcast over.
Are you 100% Italian?
I am roughly 70.
Okay. I think I'm about 20% Italian, maybe a quarter.
I was going to ask you, because if you weren't, try not to be racist.
I'm a wee bit Italian. I am predominantly Irish. I'm like 52% Irish or some bullshit. So what are you gonna do? I'll tell you, the Northeast is all a mismatch of Irish and Italians. Everyone's a little bit of everything. Growing up,
Yes.
What was your favorite aspect about being Italian? Was it the little horn necklace? What was it that you took pride in as an Italian?
I guess it's the family aspect.
Okay. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I got it a little bit in my family. I got it a lot in my step family on my father's side. Newton family, Lake family. They grew up. We used to do Sunday dinners there, and
Yeah.
that's when I was younger, really growing up and learning like that Sunday dinner aspect. You know, there's a lot of families that do that, but I feel like that gets credited to the Italians. So I also love that very much. But for me, it's got to be pizza. Now, pizza in Italy is different than
Pizza's for
pizza here,
everybody.
but
Pizza's for everybody.
pizza's like, all right, this is my favorite thing about being Italian, or my favorite Italian thing.
It is. So between the two of us, we're almost 100%
Oh,
Italian.
we
which
almost
is
get
great.
one full one. Yeah.
We've almost got a full Italian over here. And what we're doing today is we're going to tier Italian stuff. This tier was created by the tier master general, the other Billy D.
Who is
And
150% Italian.
is he?
No, he's like mostly Greek.
That makes more sense. I believe
Yeah.
Billy the Greek is his thing. And the tiers that we'll be looking at today, at the top in red is Mamma Mia.
Now describe that. Is that just the best Italian things?
That's the best.
Okay.
That's a spicy meatball.
Oh, that really gets you going, but it might
Oh,
not be
yeah.
the best. Yeah.
Scusi?
Like a Mets, that probably would
Yeah,
have
like
been better
huh?
there.
What? Not like the mama used to make.
Okay. All right. Sure.
And then finally, is this even Italian?
All right. Okay. I like that. That's going to be my favorite category, methinks.
That's how we'll be speaking this whole episode too.
How many items here are we going to go through in tier?
Over 50.
And it's both people, properties,
It's
media,
people, properties,
food.
food, really anything that could be linked to Italy or being Italian.
There's a pretty good chance now. We're only, I don't know, 4 minutes into this podcast. This is shaping up to be the worst podcast in the 8 years of Mac and Goo.
That's how we wanted to commemorate it.
Very fitting also.
Yes.
Finally, we found a reason why we both have mustaches today.
Yeah, I've been growing mine out for Rome because I was told they won't let me in without it.
Mine has also been months and months of hard work, so let's get to it.
Also, we both get 3 vetoes and 2 stamps.
All right, 3 vetoes, 2 stamps. Got it.
And a staple, and we each have a staple remover.
Got it.
Okay, the first one up here that we are tiering is the 2019 classic Little Italy starring Hayden Christensen.
Now,
Yes.
this is really tough for me to tier, Goo, because I have not seen the film, but I have seen and heard your recreation and reading of this movie. Neither main actor in this movie is Italian, so that's the number one thing.
It is Hayden Christensen and it is Emma Roberts.
Yep.
Their families are in a rivalry because both of them own pizza shops. Yet they used to have the same pizza shop, but then they got into a fight. Not to spoil anything because they didn't know what to name the shop.
All right. I'm going to go, is this even Italian?
Yeah, because Hayden Christensen's got really small nipples in it.
They show his nipples?
Oh, yeah, he's topless. He's a real hunk of
His
this.
nipples are on screen long enough for you to take note of how small they are.
And I said, that guy's not Italian.
No pepperoni nips here.
No.
Are Emma Roberts' nipples ever viewable?
No, they are not. I would have pointed that out first.
Yeah, I guess I would have known that if that was the case.
I forgot to put the banner up here. There we go. Italian
Right.
stuff.
Italian stuff. Super creative. You
The
didn't even
next-
look up the Italian word for stuff?
I believe it is stoof. By the way, I know no Italian. I am looking
Yeah.
forward to when in Italy, people speaking Italian to me and me just looking puzzled.
Oh, for what it's worth, and I don't think the listener really cares, but I almost minored in Italian in college. I'm pretty good at understanding Italian when it's spoken to me, and I can write it okay if I have a dictionary nearby. I have a really hard time speaking back because I got to translate it in my head and then say it, and I can't really write it without the aid of a dictionary.
I would assume that my response to everyone speaking Italian to me is going to be, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? We'll see how much they like that. The next thing being tiered, the next Italian thing being tiered here is Danilo Gallinari.
Danilo Gallinari. Scusi?
Scusi. He couldn't even play for the Celtics because he had a FIBA. How about this next one here? Another Italian thing, and that is Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza has got to go above Gallinari.
He's
That's
a spicy meatball.
meatball.
Mike
Yeah.
Piazza's a spicy meatball.
I like that. I like
Dodgers,
that
Mets. He was the coach of Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go full Mamma Mia though, because I'm not.
No.
Can he speak Italian?
I don't know.
Because Lenny
He
DiNardo
never won a
was
World
on that.
Series.
Lenny
He
DiNardo
didn't
was
win
on
the
the
World
first.
Baseball Classic.
Yeah, Lenny DiNardo was on that first Italian World Baseball Classic
Yeah.
team, and he was only on it because he had Italian grandparents.
And Mike Piazza, I believe, is the exact same.
Yeah, most likely.
But also, his name sounds like pizza.
Very
so
true.
credit there.
A piazza is like a square, though, Goo. Like a square, a plaza.
300 batting average seasons. He had 200 hits as a catcher, over
Hall of
400
Famer.
home runs. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a spicy meatball.
I think
one of our best.
Some people would argue he's the greatest hitting catcher of all time.
But then some would argue, is he a real catcher?
Faked it. He faked it for a few years. More of a DH.
He's Jeff Kent.
He is better than Jeff Kent, but he's Jeff
Kent was also really good. He won an MVP. That's not what we're talking about here. Jeff Kent is not Italian.
An undeserved. His teammate was better than him the year he won the MVP.
Hey, Mac, how about the next one on here? That's Goo. Look at that.
Well, considering by your own admission you don't even speak Italian, we can't put you above Piazza. Although
I would describe myself as a spicy meatball, though.
Yeah, but you definitely are Italian. You do a lot of Italian things. You personally are not like your mama used to make you, but I think you might be even more Italian than you used to be, though.
I would put myself below Piazza, but possibly top of Scusi?
Top of Scusi, bottom of spicy meatball. I think that's where you lie.
Okay, I'll accept myself there. I am going to stamp myself as a spicy meatball.
All right. One stamp gone.
The next Italian thing here is maybe one of my favorite sandwiches, and that is an Italian hoagie.
Oh, Goo. Not like Mama used to make it. You know what? Here's the question.
Do it.
Here's the question I have. And I don't have any experience in Italian cuisine because I've never been to Italy. Actual real live Italian cuisine. Do they even make that sandwich in Italy?
They have all the cold cuts there.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if they slap them all together with the fixins like we have over here.
I doubt they do. Honestly, for me, the American version of this, so the version we're talking about, too much going on in the Italian submarine sandwich.
I like everything in there. I love
too much going on.
I love mortadella.
Scusi?
I would say spicy meatball because it's spicy. It has hots on it.
You don't have to get it spicy, though.
But you do. If you don't, you're a wimp.
I just don't. I think the sandwich is overrated, and I don't think they even eat it in Italy. So I don't know if
I'm also convinced that whoever was in this room prior to me was eating an Italian sandwich.
Put it above. Put it above.
Stinks in here.
Above Gallinari for now, but it's below you.
So I am more Italian than an Italian sandwich.
You 100% are.
I'm the equator of being Italian now, apparently. The next thing up here for Italian things is the movie Life is Beautiful.
La vita è bella, as it's pronounced or said in Italian. Mamma mia, stamping it there.
Okay, we're going to stamp it in Mamma Mia.
It was a Best Picture winner, number 1. Roberto Benigni won Best Actor, number 2. It is one of my 3 or 4 favorite movies of all time. It is one of the most emotionally moving movies of all time. There's no doubt in my mind this belongs to Mamma Mia.
Here we have another Mamma Mia movie, and that is Goodfellas. You know it's a Mamma Mia property when the Italian people take it on as a personality.
The only thing I would say, though, is the premise of the movie, although it's mob-based, it's about 2 Irishmen or 2 half Irishmen.
Yeah, but the sauce scene in prison.
All right, that is
puts it over the top.
Good point. It's for sure Mamma Mia. Yeah,
A Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale is kind of underrated if we're talking about American Italian films here. I really, really like this movie, but it's got to be below Goodfellas, right?
Would you put it in a spicy meatball or just top tier below Goodfellas?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think it's on the level of those other 2 movies, but it is sort of. Yeah, it's a spicy meatball. It's a spicy meatball.
Wow. Oh, it's a spicy meatball.
Yeah,
okay,
let's put it there. Above
I will
Piazza,
accept
though.
that. How about this next one here? The Italian stallion Rocky Balboa.
Sheesh. Is there? I should hop on Italian people Reddit here. Is there a prevailing thought about Sylvester Stallone in the Rocky movies as an Italian?
So I wasn't around in the 70s, but I would
Sure,
assume that
right.
he did as much for the Italians as Christopher Columbus.
I don't know how to rank Rocky here. I got to be honest.
He's the most famous athlete from Philadelphia.
Okay.
He's Italian. Eddie Murphy had that joke about when Italians would leave the theaters and they'd want to fight people.
They don't really spend a ton of time on the Italian heritage in the films.
That's because he's so poor and he has to raise his turtles.
It's below you. I think you're more Italian.
I'm more Italian than Rocky Balboa. That's so nice of you, man.
Yeah. Well,
okay, spicy meatball.
All right, fair enough.
Then we have Tony Danza.
That's
Tony Danza. Tony Danza is fucking super Italian.
Oh yeah, he's more than Piazza. Is he a Mamma Mia though?
He might be a Mamma Mia.
He might be that might be the equator for Mamma Mia Italians right there. I'm okay with that. Danza in the Mamma Mia tier.
Okay, the next one up here is one of my favorite things, and that is Italian memes.
You go on kicks sometimes of just looking up Italian memes, and
they're the funniest things to me in the world.
It's quite good. So the things the memes are referencing are very Italian, but are the memes themselves very Italian?
I'm always curious, are these made by Italian people?
Right.
Like, let's
sort of
share this laugh, or is it someone poking fun at Italian people?
I can't tell. I can never tell.
Like last year, I was at an event, and they gave out yellow fedoras, and then I called them Italian hard hats. I took a photo, and I sent it around. That's a meme.
Scoozy.
Scoozy?
I don't care where you put it in Scoozy, because it's honestly quite confusing.
Another, I'd say, fake Italian that played one on television, an Italian tough, if you will, and that is Arthur Fonzarelli.
Arthur Fonzarelli, Goo? Not like Mama used to make them.
Oh, that's a spicy meatball take.
Although he's more Italian than Rocky Balboa, right?
No, I think Rocky's more Italian than him. Okay. That's a good question. That's a good poll question. Who's more Italian, the character of Rocky Balboa?
Fonzie or Rocky?
No, but you know what, though? Fonzie might be, because Fonzie always talks about having a big family, an Italian family.
Let's flip these two. Let's move Rocky to Not Like Mama Used to Make Them and Fonzie up to Spicy Meatball.
I don't know if I like that, but we'll go with it for now.
We'll revisit it.
Next up is the phrase, when in Rome.
When in Rome is I feel like not an Italian phrase, but you can't help but think of it Italians when you say when in Rome.
So where would you put it?
I don't know. Below the memes?
Below the memes. Okay. But it's not like Mama used to make it.
Well, the saying might be the saying was probably a lot cooler 100 years ago, you know?
I am also going to bother the shit out of my wife and say that 100 times a day.
So maybe it's better when you're actually in Rome. I hadn't considered that. All right. I like that.
And then speaking of when in Rome, the Olsen twins movie, When in Rome.
I think we're going to have to go ahead and put this with Little Italy there.
Speaking of being in Rome, how about the Lizzie McGuire movie?
The best of the non-Italian Italian movies by a mile. And Lizzie's a real spicy meatball. Let's put her on the spicy meatballs, Goo.
Would you put her above Arthur Fonzarelli?
Let me stamp the Lizzie McGuire movie, and that's a spicy meatball.
But is that movie more Italian than me?
Could be, because there's a second Lizzie McGuire in there, so it's double the fun.
But doesn't she kiss Gordo?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Don't bring that up. I'm sorry about that. I'm always upset about that.
How about cannolis?
Cannoli is my favorite Italian dessert. So for me, it's a Mamma Mia.
So I'll give you Mamma Mia. I will give you based off the reputation. But if I am picking an Italian pastry, I'm not taking a cannoli.
What's your go-to?
Lobster tail.
I mean, the lobster tail is really good too.
It's essentially the same thing, but
yeah, I almost feel like there's sometimes, not every time, a perfect lobster tail is also dynamite. I feel like the lobster tails have a tendency, a not so good one might have too much cream in it, whereas the cannoli it's the same amount every time.
But is the cannoli too much of like a tourist snack?
It's got a lot of tourist appeal for sure, but it's also
Yeah.
very diverse. You sort of get whatever you want. As a cannoli, what's your go-to cannoli?
Plain. Just plain
Oh,
cannoli.
I like the chocolate chip ones.
I know you would. Look at you.
You ever have
Pasta.
a Nutella cannoli? Quite good.
Ugh.
Oh,
Pasta
fuck you.
and meatballs, where I would say Mamma Mia. I could eat
100%.
pasta and meatballs all day, every day.
I could eat it. I've been eating it my whole life. I can eat it for the rest of my life. I'll never get sick of it. I'll
I'm
never
gonna
get
put it
sick of it.
top.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be the number one. Mama Mia.
Number one. Number one is pasta and meatballs. This is something, like we mentioned earlier, Sunday dinners. My grandmother would make pasta and meatballs, chicken cutlets, and roast beef every single Sunday. And if you asked why, you're getting a spoon.
A nice wooden spoon. Very
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah. Like my wife complains that for Sunday dinner, like my mother, although nowadays it's not, this is it even Italian moment. My brother has taken over Sunday dinners.
Oh,
And he takes over and like he's a dictator.
like he holds court or like
he holds court. He's not making he makes some of the food, but he's not
Sure.
making all the food. And he insists upon zoodles. Zoodles can shove it.
you could just make two separate things,
But I don't want zoodles anywhere near my
No
food.
one wants zoodles. No, I
No
agree.
one wants zoodles.
Yeah, I agree. Come on.
My wife's
Brendan.
always like, "Oh, pasta again." I'm like, "Oh yeah, pasta again."
You know what? Good comparison. This next thing we're about to talk about, pizza pie,
Yeah.
I prefer over pasta and meatballs, but I couldn't eat pizza every day for the rest of my life.
I think I could. I think I could eat pizza every day because pizza, many varieties.
I know, but pasta and meatballs, you don't get a deal. It's a lot of bread. As much as I love the pizza.
I can eat bread all day, every day too.
Yeah,
Is
bread and
focaccia on
cheese.
this? Focaccia is on this. Okay, don't worry. Focaccia's on
So
this.
you would go pizza over pasta and meatballs and Mamma Mia.
No, I'll go pasta and meatballs over pizza, but they're
Yeah.
both delicious.
Because you're also not eating pizza really on Sunday dinner.
No, and it's almost always a treat when your family would make pizza.
Yeah, very true.
So that's a Mamma Mia. Pizza pie is a Mamma Mia. How about meatball sandwiches? A food that I fucking love.
Had one today because I was thinking about it all day. I texted you this morning and asked if we should be eating meatball sandwiches while we're doing this podcast.
Yes.
And you welcomed me to eat one. I thought that might be a bad look, though. I love meatball subs, but
Yeah,
for sure
so
below those other two food items.
I'm going to put it in Mamma Mia. I'm going to put it below pasta and meatballs, below pizza pie, below Life is Beautiful, and below Goodfellas, but in front of Tony Danza.
Put cannolis ahead of meatball sub.
Ooh, okay. Well, that's based off reputation alone. I'm not a big cannoli guy.
I like having Tony Danza as the line of demarcation for Mamma Mia, though.
How about the Leaning Tower of Pisa? And anytime that you take a photo with it, you can put your hand up like you're holding it.
No, I would take the big cock photo where you're leaning and you make it look like it's your cock coming out of your pants.
Like Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo.
Yeah. Leaning Tower of Pisa is so iconic, so Italian. I think every state has a pizza place with some some fake Leaning Tower of Pisa. So this is for sure a Mamma Mia.
Put it above Tony Danza.
Yeah.
The Colosseum.
I mean, you got to put it above the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? But how high does it go in Mamma Mia?
I would put it maybe above meatball sandwiches.
So that's separation between the two buildings.
But also, I feel like if you said to me right now, Goo, would you rather look at the Colosseum or eat a really good meatball sub? I might take the meatball sub.
But that's speaking of someone who has seen the Colosseum already. Someone who has not. And me, I would even put it above cannolis.
Okay, well, I'll let you do that because I don't love cannolis, but also I love meatball subs.
When do we break up those movies at some point?
Well, I'm about to put one movie above both of those movies because this was our Black Panther.
Hear me out. Hear me out, though.
Yeah.
La Vita e Bella is actually an Italian movie.
Yeah, I know.
Made by Italians, and they speak Italian the whole time. The Godfather is an American-made movie, and they speak English for most of it.
I'm going to put it above Pizza.
No, don't do that.
I am. That's where
Come
the God
on.
belongs. And this is me telling you straight up, I think that Goodfellas is better.
I know we both agree on that. And that, so hold on. Explain the justification there. Why you just plopping it there?
The importance to being Italian. The Godfather is here.
This is one of those classic things, and I can't pretend I'm getting into arguments about The Godfather on the internet or in real life. But that was because it was first, right? That's
Yeah.
why it gets its love so much. But
I just said
Goodfellas
it.
is better.
It's our Black Panther.
So you're separate. It doesn't. I don't know why you put it where you put it, but it is Mamma Mia.
The next one up here is a television show that reinvigorated what The Godfather gave us, and that
To
is
me,
The Sopranos.
More Mamma Mia than The Godfather.
I'm going to put it right below The Godfather.
But I think the other two movies should be above both of these.
Right, but I think these two, for Italian people, this is where it's at.
You should group the four together. I don't like Pizza Pie being.
I want Pizza Pie to separate them.
I don't like that. I don't. I'm playing this under protest.
How about this next one here, and that is Gabagool.
Gabagool is so Italian that you're not even, at least for me, I mean, I'm sure I ate it a little bit, but as an American, you don't really dip into capicola until you're like a teen or an adult. When you finally like, oh, wait a second, how come I wasn't offered this meat when I was a youngling?
Yeah. Also, just a heads up, when you're eating salami, go for the dry hard.
I love a nice, spicy, salty Italian meat. This is Mamma Mia for sure.
Mamma Mia. I'd put it right above the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
But I'd probably put it above the meatball sub too.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'm in for that. I'm fine for that. How about tiramisu?
I do like tiramisu, but how many like really pale white Irish women love making a tiramisu? I feel like it
I have no idea. I've never encountered that.
Dampens, well, you don't have enough Irish family members, I guess. Really dampens the tiramisu, I think.
I'm going to put it scoozy, top of scoozy.
All right. I'm okay with that.
I will say the tiramisu at Italy is delicious.
The best tiramisu is Mamma Mia, but I feel like the inconsistency of tiramisu is what ruins it.
Hey, Mac, how about gelato?
So gelato is different than ice cream, but not really. But because they still to this day go out of their way to specify that there's a gelato and then there's also ice cream, I feel like that makes it Mamma Mia.
Also, what makes it so great is that they emphasize the hazelnut so much, and I love hazelnut.
I'm not a big ice cream eater these days. I feel like it fucks with my tummy goo.
Yeah.
That's a different podcast for a different day though, but that's Mamma Mia.
Yeah, one day, actually it was just last week, my wife and I were at the Italy Food Fest, the block party, if you will.
Brag.
And they had a gelato stand, and they only had one flavor out. And my wife said, oh, they only have plain gelato here. And I'm like, oh, what is plain gelato? And she goes, vanilla. Vanilla's a flavor. Vanilla is a flavor.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like what makes us different makes us great. Like if you would pick chocolate ice cream over vanilla ice cream, I would pick vanilla ice cream over chocolate ice cream.
No, vanilla. I'm a vanilla boy.
Oh, I feel like you would have been a chocolate guy. Okay.
I love the flavor of vanilla.
But there are some bad vanillas.
Yeah, there are.
The best vanilla ice cream, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is better than the best chocolate ice cream.
I'm in with you. I love vanilla ice cream. Don't sleep on vanilla ice cream.
I think there is a lot of bad vanilla ice creams, though.
The next one up here is one of our best, and that is Mario.
Not like Mama used to make them.
Ooh, I would say Scoozy.
You put him above Rocky.
I would put him above Rocky. I'd put him above Danilo Garnari.
But below the Italian submarine. Okay. All right. I can get on board with that.
Think of all the Italian catchphrases this little guy gave us. It's a me.
The Japanese catchphrase?
That's not Japanese. That was debunked.
Really?
Yeah, just Google.
Oh. Well,
as soon as I saw it, I Googled it immediately. I'm like, oh, this guy's lying.
What's he actually saying? I know we talked about this and you told me.
He's saying it's a me. That's all he's saying.
He really is saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. The more you know.
It's a me. Mac, how about this next one here? And that is season 2 of White Lotus.
I haven't seen it, so I'm going to have to defer to you on this one.
I will say Scoozy. Actually, no, it's a spicy meatball. They have a lot of Italian stuff in there.
Okay.
The Italian hookers. They got
sure.
those.
Oh, all right. Are you gonna try those out while you're in?
I'm not gonna do that. No,
Okay.
They have Jennifer Coolidge.
As
not
an Italian
really
hooker?
Italian, I suppose.
No, not Italian at all.
No, but it's a good season of television.
Okay. All right. Better than season 1?
Better than season. Did I finish either season? Oh, you know what's top right here? The top of the Mamma Mia is this next one, and that is Nona. That is Grandma.
Oh, Nona. But
There's
above
nothing better than an Italian grandma.
although maybe it's better, yeah, because you're eating her spaghetti and meatballs, so I guess
Yeah.
Nona goes above spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah, you know what? I'm Italian Nona. Yeah,
It's a pyramid scheme.
and you
Nona's at the
even
top of the pyramid.
even have motherfuckers that aren't even Italian talking about Nona. So yeah,
Yeah.
Nona goes number one.
Yeah. This next one, my favorite one. Billy added it. I did not ask for this. And that is the movie House of Gucci.
House of
Specifically,
Gucci.
Jared Leto playing Gucci.
I feel like it's gonna fit in that bottom tier with those two movies, huh?
I might put it not like Mama used to make it. His Italian accent in that movie is unbelievable.
All right, there. I'm okay with that. It's so bad that it's above the other two.
Respect me.
Now, of those three movies at the bottom there,
Yes.
which would you rather watch right now?
Because Little Italy and House of Gucci House of Gucci is half good because Driver and Gaga are good in the movie. It also falls apart by the end.
All right, good
But
enough.
Leto is terrible and Pacino is really over the top. But Little Italy is set in Little Italy, Toronto. Give me that one.
All right, good enough.
Focaccia bread.
I fucking love a nice.
I love focaccia
fresh
bread.
focaccia.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to go. That's a spicy meatball, though. I don't think you get
I
it
would
all the way.
say it's above gabagool.
Oh, I don't know about that though, because to me, this is in my brain, now. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I envision Italians sitting by the Mediterranean picking on spicy deli meats more so than the whole bread and oil thing, you know?
I love focaccia. I love the flat, delicious crunch to it. I'll put it top of spicy meatball, but that might get moved.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This next one here is
That Galileo Galilei?
It's Galileo Galilei.
He's more Italian than Tony Danza, that's for fucking sure. But
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that's why?
How high are you gonna put him in Mamma Mia? He's got to go above Danza. That's all I'll say.
All right, we'll put him above Danza. Galileo is in the Mamma Mia,
just
but
sneaking into the Mamma Mia.
he's below Gelato though.
Arguably the most important Italian in human history. Just squeaks by Tony Danza.
More important than Da Vinci?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Where would you put Da Vinci?
Still above. It's a 1-2, maybe. It's a 1-2. Above Tony Danza.
Why are you attacking Tony Danza right now?
Da Vinci, of course, an inventor and an artiste, but Galileo Galilei made like universe altering discoveries, which to me supersedes the accomplishments of Da Vinci.
How about talking with your hands?
Oh, that's gonna go maybe
that might be after pizza.
Oh, I was gonna say above The Godfather, below spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay. I was close to that. I mean, and I can't help. I do it constantly.
It's one of the truest things ever. Truth. The Italians in the hands.
Yeah. How about Donnie Brasco?
I don't think it belongs in Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm. Spicy meatball?
Yeah, but maybe below the Lizzie McGuire movie.
But above White Lotus.
But above White Lotus. Yeah. All right.
Specify season 2.
Season 2. Specifically.
Season
Well,
2.
I don't think season 1 took place in Italy, did it?
No, it was in a tropical land, I believe.
Okay. There you go.
This next one, I have no idea what this is. Let me read it real quick.
Okay. Yep.
It's a sweatshirt that says "Oh Maron."
Oh, Maron.
So Italian curses, maybe?
Swears?
But Italian, right?
Maron.
Maybe. I don't know what Billy's going for here.
So swears are spicy, so maybe we'll just put it in spicy.
Okay. Or maybe it's wearing clothing that has swearing on it. That might be what it is, actually.
I don't think Italians are known for that, though.
Yeah, have you been to the North End lately?
It's just struns everywhere.
So, regardless of what it is, if it's either just swearing in general or wearing swears on your clothes, it's a spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball, either way.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. He's got to go above Tony Danza, huh?
He's absolutely above Tony Danza. He's above Galileo, too.
You think he's above Galileo?
I think he might be above Goodfellas.
But if you put him above Goodfellas, so, all right, this is going to be the conversation coming up. Put him above Goodfellas and put him actually right behind The Godfather. He goes above The Sopranos, too.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a Pacino conversation in a few here.
Oh, I have him way above Pacino. Yeah.
Yeah, but Pacino's in the movie ahead of Pesci.
Doesn't matter.
I think that matters quite a bit.
Think about all of their work.
Well, Pacino, you could argue, had like the best 10-year run of any actor ever.
Think about all their Italian work. St. Anthony's Feast.
This thing is such bullshit. I hate this personally. Where do you want to put this?
Is that because when you go, every other stand is the exact same?
Exact same. There's a fucking 15,000 people in an area that can fit 2. You can't breathe. It's fucking overpriced.
I like rice balls, but get off my ass with the rice balls.
You know what? Not like Mama used to make it. The St. Anthony's Feast.
Yep. I'll put it above House of Gucci, though.
Yeah, above House of Gucci, but below Rocky.
This next one, I don't know what this is either. 1 second.
Lean in there.
Putting onions in sauce?
Oh, like the art of cutting
Maybe
the
it's
onion in the sauce?
Just making sauce? I don't know what
Making
this
sauce.
is.
Could be making sauce.
Maybe it's
Well-
making sauce. If it's making sauce, it's Mamma Mia, but I don't
Yeah.
know what this one is.
Yeah. It's got to be Mamma Mia, I guess. It's above Focaccia. It's above Tony Danza, but it might be below Da Vinci.
I'll put it above Tony Danza with, once again, I
With a
think it's making
caveat.
sauce. If it's making sauce, I mean,
A nice
nothing more Italian
And
than
by the
that.
way, it's sauce and not gravy. We can agree on that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've never
Alright,
called it
thank God.
gravy. You know what I call gravy?
Gravy.
I call gravy.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. Wearing tracksuits.
I actually don't think very Italian because when I think
I feel like
tracksuit-
most European countries, it's a very tracksuit area.
all Europe, but also I think of Run DMC when I think of tracksuits.
I think of Greece too.
Yeah, so not that Italian at all. Is this even Italian? Top of is this even
Wow. Wow, you're calling out Billy for that one. This next one is a mistake that I made a couple weeks ago, and that is Pincuccio.
What is it called actually?
I'm not even sure anymore.
I can't
Pincushion,
see.
maybe? I think it's Pincushion. No, this is Pincuccio.
Oh, this what we actually talked about.
Yeah.
Scusi?
Scusi? Can you read the word pincushion?
Pincuccio.
Pincuccio. The Olive Garden.
Oh, is this even Italian?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in this country that fucking love the Olive Garden. I am not one of them.
Mac, is this next person Al Capone?
It might be. It might
Okay.
be Al Capone. Let's operate under the assumption that that is Al Capone.
We're really bad at this, by the way.
Al Capone's an American, so he can't be that Italian. But also, it's like Godfather-like stuff. So Al Capone's more Italian than Tony Danza.
But definitely less. No, he's not. I would say he's less than the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh, so you're thinking spicy meatball for
It's a
Capone?
spicy meatball.
You're saying Al Capone is less Italian than Tony Danza.
Yeah, Tony Danza is one of our best.
All right, let's put Al Capone above Focaccia then.
Above Focaccia. Okay, I'll put him above Focaccia. Oh, here we go. A nice plate of Italian meats.
So this, like a charcuterie board type situation, or is
An
is that?
antipasto.
Oh, an antipasto. I do like an antipasto. That is very Italian.
Below the Colosseum, but above cannolis.
No, put it below cannolis, but above the gabagool.
No. You know what? Fuck you. That's where this is going. You don't decide where all the Italian stuff goes.
All right.
Next one was one of my favorites, and that is the Italian Twix and mozzarella stick.
I fucking love a mozzarella stick, but it doesn't belong in the top 2.
No, it's not really Italian. It's fried cheese.
Above the Olive Garden, though.
It's above the Olive Garden, and I would say that it's just below St. Anthony's Feast.
I might prefer a mozzarella stick over St. Anthony's Feast.
They have them there.
Yeah, that's true. All right, solid point. Solid point.
Riding a gondola.
It honestly scares me to ride a gondola.
Yeah.
I've never done it. I don't know if I ever will, but it is a very Italian thing.
But being on a small boat, I feel like you're going to tip over and die.
Make that the separation between Galileo and Da Vinci. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Riding a gondola. I have a gondola right in my arm, actually.
Yeah.
Then we have Al Pacino.
Al Pacino is in the movie The Godfather, which you have fourth on Mamma Mia, and Joe Pesci right behind that.
Yes.
Well, I agree that Pesci should be that high. If you're going to put The Godfather that high, I feel like you're supposed to put Pacino over Pesci.
I will put him right behind The Sopranos.
Above Pizza.
Above Pizza.
I don't feel good about that, though. But
So you think, what is better? What's in a bet?
Put
What is a
Pacino-
better Italian
put
thing?
Pacino behind Goodfellas.
Put Pacino behind Goodfellas. I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right.
Hoa!
There's too much bad. There's too much of a bad taste in my mouth from Pacino over the years to put him as high as Pesci.
The North End in Boston.
So I do love. This is different to me than St. Anthony's Feast. Going into the North End, I quite like.
Yes.
I also like, and this might just be a me thing, and often because I make up my own parking spot. The game that is finding a parking spot in the North End. It is more of a Boston thing than anything, but I love that aspect of it. It almost makes it more rewarding when you find a spot or when you make up your own spot. So I don't know if it's Mamma Mia though. That's a spicy meatball.
I would say it's spicy meatball. Now, it definitely, I would say, has my favorite pizza place. I don't know if I would say my favorite pasta.
I don't agree
would
with that.
say-
We've never really argued about that, but you like Umberto
Yes,
over Pizzeria Regina
correct.
and what's the one in East Boston? Santarpio's.
Yeah, I don't love
um,
Santarpio's though.
I like Santarpio's, but I don't love it. I don't think I love Umberto either, but I love Regina.
I love Umberto. I love the pizza there. I love the dough there. I love the calzones there.
I think Regina has a
Beautiful.
better atmosphere too.
No. I love how at Umberto's, it's cash only. You need to order your food and get the H out of there. Or
Yeah, but
order
at
your
Regina,
food and
the
sit
waitresses
down.
might yell at you, which is way more Italian than anything.
Don't
at
step
Umberto.
out of line, or the two guys that run the two cash registers will also yell at you. Both are very Italian.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
And then also very good Italian sandwiches. Maybe one of my favorite Italian sandwiches too.
Yeah, but if so that's the other thing. Like when I go to Regina or if I go to Umberto, I'm only getting the pizza.
No, I'm saying like maybe I'm going there. Maybe I'm going to Umberto's, or maybe I'm going to
Oh,
Monica's
you're talking North
Mercutio's.
End.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's the other debate.
Yeah.
Mike's or modern.
I believe I'm a modern family.
I'm a Mike's guy, but I think Bova is better than both.
I'll also toss this out there. They're the exact same.
No, Mike's is better. Bova's better than both.
I think everything tastes the exact same.
Well, then I don't even know why we're talking about food.
North End is, I'm saying those pastry places, not everything in general. Everything tastes like gray blob to me.
North End. No, don't put him above Capone.
I put them above Focaccia though.
Bronx Tale is basically a North End tale, so put it right next to a Bronx Tale.
All right. Pinocchio.
Not Pincuccio.
No, different.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck where you put Pinocchio. What do you think about that?
I'd put him as not even Italian.
Below
but
the Olsen twins.
I would put Geppetto as being Mamma Mia, but that's not an option here.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. I like that.
Roman gladiators? Question mark.
You got to put him right next to the Colosseum, right? It goes hand
Yeah.
in hand. Mamma Mia.
This might just be the Roman Empire in general, I suppose.
But I suppose Al Pacino greater than both of those. That's Pellegrino, San Pellegrino
you.
water there.
Yes.
I've never tried it. I also don't picture like sparkling water being an Italian
I like
thing.
still water. I prefer tap water. Give me dirty tap water over this.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't know where the fuck Scusi, I guess. Bottom
Scusi.
of Scusi. Yeah.
Below Pincuccio.
For sure below Pincuccio.
Then we go to a latte. Is that what it is? Or a
An
cappuccino?
espresso.
It's an
Cappuccino.
espresso.
No, that looks like a cappuccino. Yeah.
Espresso,
Well,
smaller
oh,
cup.
maybe that's an espresso. Yeah. Um, uh, Spicy meatball on this?
I don't think I'd say Scoozy. I like just plain black coffee.
Yeah, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about how Italian is this?
I'm Italian.
Put it
It says it right here in Spicy Meatball. I'm Italian.
Put it below the swearing shirt, but above White Lotus season 2.
I want to know what that is, by the way. Is it wearing swears on shirts? Next up here is my wife,
Oh, your wife,
Dana Jean Antonelli.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw her on print, you'd say, "Oh, that's an Italian woman." And then if you saw her in real life, you're like, "Is this even Italian?"
That's usually what happens to her. She goes to events and like, "Oh, I wasn't picturing you looking like this."
They double take like that. You're clearly not.
Yeah.
Although she's got an Italian son now, which helps her argument.
Yeah.
She's
And
probably more.
She also tells people that she's Italian by injection. Oh.
Hey. I think you're in trouble if you put her in anything other than "Is this even Italian?"
Top above the Olive Garden.
Put her above the Olive Garden. We can give her that.
Okay. Mac, this next one is something that played at every family event for a decade.
Okay.
And that is Mob Hits Volume 1. Sister Mary, we got to get up. We need the sheets to make the table.
I was going to say Scoozy till you started singing. You kind of won me over. Is it spicy?
That's a spicy meatball.
All right, that's a spicy meatball.
It's above Mike Piazza.
All right, just barely being out Mike Piazza.
This was at every driveway party that I went to for a solid 10 years.
Yeah. Talking about the no longer acceptable colloquial diction for it, a wife beater.
No, I was saying mob hits, but we'll talk about that.
I thought you had moved on to the wife beater because that was also at all of these.
I'll also say this: I've never felt more seen than in the wedding scene of Easy Money, the Rodney Dangerfield movie.
Okay.
At the end of the wedding of his daughter, they were all in his like 9x9 backyard.
Goo, even if you're not Italian, everyone has an Italian uncle with a stained wife beater that they wear way too often. That's a spicy meatball.
That is a spicy meatball. I'd put it above Arthur Fonzo, but below me.
Okay, just below you.
Just below me.
All right, but just above Fonzie.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is one of the most Italian last names ever, and I've never once categorized him as an Italian.
I felt like I started doing that more when he was pumping limoncello, but I also don't think of him as an Italian.
Yeah, I don't either. So not like Mama used to make, I guess. But he's also more likable than ever.
And he's also very spicy.
He is pretty spicy, actually. That's a good point. Is he spicier than Fonzie?
I think he's spicier than Fonzie, but not as spicy as a wife beater.
All right, good enough. Good enough.
Wine?
Wine is very Italian. That's true.
No, there's red wine, and then is this first one champagne? Maybe no, champagne is French.
Champagne's France, yeah. And then the last thing there, what is that? The black licorice flavored one? What's that one called?
This is La Marchia Prosecco. Prosecco.
Oh, Prosecco.
Prosecco. There we go.
Prosecco.
That's how Italian I am, guys.
It's pretty Italian. I don't know if it's Mamma Mia level Italian though.
Below
focaccia.
Below focaccia. Red wine, I would put.
That's Mamma Mia.
That is Mamma Mia. I'd put it just above Tony Danza. Maybe above a gondola.
It's a big part of the culture.
It's not as much as Galileo.
Sneak it ahead of the meatball sub.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that what you pair with your meatball sub?
Every time.
Where's the meatball sub? There it is.
It's just a couple up. Yeah, right there.
Jeez Louise, this is all over the place now. And then finally, limoncello, which is something that I started drinking because of Danny DeVito, and I don't like it.
First of all, it's always made incredibly strong.
Yes.
But what I like about it is it's like a prohibition era type feeling. It's always made in someone's backyard or basement,
Yeah.
and there's always a little bit of a sketchy aspect going on. So I don't know if that makes it Italian, but that's the thing that I like about it.
Oh, you know what's super Italian, and it's not even on here, is homemade wine.
Well, that kind of goes with red wine, I think. It's built in, maybe.
Okay, so if we're gonna do that, then that is where's the red wine? If we're gonna say the red wine is homemade wine, I'm putting it above Pacino.
But below Goodfellas. Okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. So maybe the limoncello fits right in there.
Limoncello, I'll put that in its old spot, right above a meatball sub.
All right. I'm
But
good with
below
that.
gabagool.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That works for me.
Wow, we just did the unthinkable.
We really did.
All right, so just very quickly, let's just do the tops and bottoms here. Actually, do you have anything that you want to move?
Shit. Let me take a quick gander here.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
I really like Danza at the end of the Mamma Mia tier.
It's a good bookend.
Yeah. You also have a stamp to use. I used both of my stamps. Not that
I
it
used
matters.
one of my stamps on myself.
Yeah, I didn't. So you got one left. I don't think I'm gonna move anything though.
I am going to put an Italian sub into spicy meatball, and I'm going to stamp it there. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh. Put it. I'll even let you put it above White Lotus season 2 there.
White Lotus season 2 is a good bookend for the spicy meatball.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Move Pincuccio up above a White Lotus season 2. Yeah,
Pincuccio is a good move.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to move it.
And the way you described how you're going to use one in Rome, I feel like you want to. That's a little spicy to me. Put that right up next to Pincuccio.
All right, so those are your moves. I'm going to leave. I'm going to move mob hits to above the north end. Actually, above Fakasha. Mob hits.
Just behind
for anyone out there who's had mob hits at their family events, you know what I'm talking about.
You get it.
You guys get it. So I guess I'll just do the very quickly. The not even Italians is Pinocchio, When in Rome starring the Olsen twins, Little Italy starring Hayden Christensen and Emma Roberts, Wearing Tracksuits, The Olive Garden, and My Wife.
My
wife. And then finally, at the top, the Mamma Mias. That number one is Grandma's. Nona's. Nona. I called mine Grandma, though. I called my great-grandmother Nona.
My great-grandmother was also Nona, yes.
There's a lot of Nanas, too.
But we're in an era where our great-grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers and fathers were like the first ones over from Italy, and that's why they were the Nonas, Nanas, all that type of shit.
Pasta and meatballs, Talking with Your Hands, The Godfather, Joe Pesci, The Sopranos, Pizza Pie, Life is Beautiful,
La vita è bella,
Goodfellas, Red Wine, specifically homemade, Al Pacino, The Colosseum, The Roman Empire, Antipastos. About Roman Empire in general.
Okay.
Antipastos, cannolis. Actually, I have another one, DeVito. I'm moving cannolis down below meatball subs. Eat shit. Gabagool.
Wow, how dare you.
Limoncello, meatball subs, then cannolis. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, gelatos, Galileo, gondolas, Da Vinci, making sauce. Billy, help us out with whatever this is.
Yeah.
And then finally, Tony Danza.
Tony Danza to close out the Mamma Mia tier. Just made the cut above Al Capone.
So, guys, let us know.
Let's get into Maxac.
And Maxac could be anything. It could be a boat. And Max, since I just
talking heads.
Since I just invited
Make us talking heads.
What?
Make us talking heads.
Well, I'm about to do something real quick. Since I just invited you into my culture, let's bring up your culture, and that is pumpkin spiced foods and beverages.
Whoa!
Can you please tier these when I find the presentation mode?
You've scrolled by it 4 times already.
I don't know where it is. I can't even see
it.
Right there. Right where?
Move the arrow down.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
All right, Mac. So here we have at the top, Goat, followed by Basic Mac. Then I'll Try Anything Once.
Okay.
Then it could be good. And then finally, get that corn out of my face.
All right, so right off the bat, categories 3 and 4 are essentially the same thing.
Well, no, it could be good.
Means I'll try it once.
I don't know. Whatever. First one up here is pumpkin flavored Oreos.
They're okay. They're not as good as they maybe should be or ought to be. So I guess I'll try anything once.
Then we go to pumpkin gushers.
Get that corn out of my face. I don't need juicy, sugary forms of pumpkin flavor.
Pumpkin flavored beer.
Total basic Mac thing. Now, I do like a nice pumpy beer, but a lot of them are really, really average. Now, the best ones are great, but there's a lot of average tasting pumpkin beers.
Pumpkin flavored sauce.
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 Like
Like one that you would put on a pasta.
Oh, no. Get that corn out of my face.
Pumpkin flavored Spam.
Get that corn out of my face.
Pumpkin flavored kale chips.
Kale chips aren't very good. I don't think pumpkin flavor is going to make them any better, but maybe it could be good. It could be good.
Pumpkin flavored Cupo noodles.
Get that corn out of my face.
Pumpkin flavored Milanos.
See, that's an I'll try anything once. I don't think they're going to be good, but I'll try it.
Pumpkin flavored ice cream.
Is that a thing, or did someone Photoshop that? I would like to try that.
So-
That's an optimistic I'll try. Put it at the top of the try.
Okay, I'll try anything once. Pumpkin flavored hummus.
Oh, I do like hummus. That might work well with pumpkin flavor. I'll try anything once. Put that above the Oreos.
Pumpkin flavored bread, like a cinnamon bread, if you will.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's where the pumpkin flavor really plays up, I feel like, is in the breads and obviously coffee. Put that in goat status.
Goat. Oh boy. Pumpkin flavored cookies.
This is the third instance of pumpkin flavored cookies. I put that at the bottom of the I'll try anything once.
I think those are cookies. I don't know. Pumpkin flavored Pringles.
I don't know why that just made me feel gross. Put that at the, what do we have there? Put it above Spam, but below the pumpkin sauce.
Pumpkin flavored Cheerios.
Now, that might be good, but Cheerios pretty basic. Put it behind the beer. Basic Mac.
Basic Mac. Pumpkin flavored Twinkies.
It could be good. Top of it could be good.
Could be good. Pumpkin flavored pancakes.
I'm not a pancake guy at all. I don't even want to eat a flapjack ever again. So get that corn out of my face.
Above Gushers.
Yeah, but put it above the Gushers though. I will
Above
give it
the
that.
Gushers. Pumpkin flavored cold brew.
Yeah, that's goat. That's the one that I eat most. Although I do like a nice pumpkin donut. Pumpkin flavored coffee is one of my favorite things on this planet.
This is specific to cold brew though, so none of the accoutrements that go with it.
I just do cold brew with pumpkin flavor. That's like I don't get any cream or sugar or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pumpkin flavored cupcakes.
Similar to the Twinkies, it could be good, but I don't really desire it.
Pumpkin flavored muffins.
Yeah, that goes up into the goat status there too. Those are going to be pretty fucking good.
Pumpkin flavored coffee. So this is with all of the swirls and the cream and the sugars and whatnot.
Yeah, that's not as good. It's almost worse than the beers. It's a little too much sometimes. Put it below the beer. That's too basic.
Pumpkin flavored frozen drink? Question mark.
That's the same thing we just talked about. Put those next to each other.
Pumpkin flavored donuts.
Those are fucking delicious. Probably just below the coffee, but above the other two treats.
Pumpkin flavored protein pancakes.
See, at least you have a reason for eating the pancakes in that regard, but I don't want to eat pancakes at all.
I'll put it above the other pancakes.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then finally, pumpkin juice.
This sounds fucking gross. This is actually probably pumpkin flavored something, but that sounds fucking disgusting. It sounds worse than the pumpkin sauce and the pumpkin gushers.
You know what I like? Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds are great.
Yeah.
They're great for sure. That's why I was thinking, that's sort of what I was thinking behind the kale chips is the saltiness of like a pumpkin seed mixed with although kale's pretty salty anyway. So I don't know, but there's a lot of bad pumpkin trends for sure. But I am a goddamn fucking simp for pumpkin coffee and like pumpkin baked goods. They are fucking delicious.
So is this your Mount Rushmore of pumpkin flavored things?
Yeah, although I guess maybe because the muffins and the bread are sort of one and the same. So maybe you could bump beer up over the one of those two baked goods, but I'm telling you, I still don't know why it's not year round. It doesn't; those flavors don't go away. But I love pumpkin. Well, I love several pumpkin things, not all pumpkin things.
All right, so weigh in on the situation, guys. Head over to social media. Tell us your
Social
pumpkin.
meds.
Social media. Smash that subscribe button. Give us a like.
Hit that like
button. Ring the bell. All right, Mac. Where can the people? Where can people find us?
You can find us on Twitter and on Instagram at Mac and Goo Podcast. Every other platform where you're Mac ampersand Goo. That includes Facebook, Stitcher, Castbox, Spreaker, Google Play, iHeartRadio. Although one of those went away, and I keep forgetting which one.
Stitcher's gone.
Stitcher's gone. Oh, maybe I didn't say it. We are on Spreaker. No, not Spreaker. Well, we are on Spotify. Spotify is the word I'm looking for. More importantly, we're on Apple Podcasts. Get on there, rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars. If you do that, we'll get you a free Mac and Goo t-shirt from the folks over at Watertown Sportswear. That's watertownsportswear.com. Expert screen printing and embroidery.
tpublic.com. All right, so check us out for a dump at the beginning of next week, and then we'll talk Ahsoka at the end. Ahsoka. Now it's time for girls jumping on trampolines.
Bye.
Please flip the cassette over to side B to continue the adventure.